I am Fuzzy Freestyle, and I'm here to show you another path. So we've already played a couple chapters of this game, so to speak. Every run through you learn new information and make new decisions. You can unlock new paths based on your previous runs. So, after discovering my best friend is going to stab me in the back, and that the apocalyptic weapon can actually cause the apocalypse, I'm starting over
Every
for the
child
third
could
time.
sing verses about the Sky Ripper, but ancient codices held hints of other things. A stone that ate souls, a ruby that drank blood, a jewel only a righteous man could give away. Were all these things the Iblis stone? Long hidden in a buried temple? Another ancient item that was only resurfacing now? Drawn up from the deeps by the Emperor's horrific rituals?
I need more ore. But I can totally do a purple sword. Alright. So. If the Sky Ripper ripped up the sky, let's see what the Iblis Stone will do for us. Excellent. More ore. Just what I need. Maybe by the end of this campaign, I'll have the new sword. I'll have unlocked every type, and I can go everywhere. It'll come down to finding the new gritty.
Renato distrusted doors that opened automatically, especially after being buried for millennia. Was this some sort of trap?
This whole game is some sort of trap. Even Ronaldo recognizes that he keeps failing. Today I'm going to be really good at the Batman style of combat. No mistakes. Perfect. All day. All day. Damn it.
Fur. The Ravens were already here, cawing in frustration. They were
That's why
still
the outlaw
searching for
doors
a way in. Good. Then he hadn't come too late.
Oh, this is literally the first choice.
Was really awesome. See what I did there?
Clever. Alright, I think I was gonna do more health. So, more health doesn't hurt. Not the way I play video games. Ah, dang it. Ah, nuts.
Chill out.
Alright. Still acceptable stuff, but I could do better. And now my heal sword's out of healing. Oh, jars of mystery. Wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
If only he had some way to break the ice. Or convince it he was a friend.
If only. Da da da. Secret tunnel. Alright. Cool. Nothing. Ooh. Find the stone. You've been chosen in this critical mission for your ability to follow orders to the letter. Without question, do not believe the naysayers. Your score in the intelligence test is only proof that you are better geared than anyone else to follow orders. Take pride in knowing that I, your Emperor, have handpicked you for this mission. Follow the instructions to the letter. Always travel in pairs. Do not look at any rabies in the wall. Do not lose the wedding box. When you find the stone, immediately place it in the box and seal the box. Your voice in your head say, ignore it. Remember, the temple is haunted. Obviously, this is an old temple dedicated to an evil god. There are blood sacrifices. Of course, it would be haunted. Ignore the voice in your head. Remember, ghosts cannot hurt you, but they will try to confuse you. When you hear a voice, take the drowsy pill. If you need another soldier with a stone and it is not in the hermetic box, immediately spray them with drowsy gas. Find the stone, put it in the box, seal the box, and most important, find the stone. Okay. I don't have a hermetic box though. So I'm just gonna hear voices.
Wait, what? How was he outside? Hadn't he taken an elevator into the depths of the earth?
Yeah. I already wondered about this question when I fell down the well into another sky planet. This reality is unreal.
I think this is yours, said Renato. But he couldn't hear his enemy's answer.
Perfect. And a level up. Dicks. The hell? I hit you.
Well, you should see the other guy.
The other guy's dead. And yet, they persist with having barely anything. Ooh. Nice. Critical chance. Very, very nice gem. Still got room. Critical chance. Fantastic. 10% chance to build double. I wasn't excited. I still need 17 ore.
How could a temple to Iblis still even exist? The Transcendent Emperor had destroyed all the shrines of the lost gods after exiling them. Had it been buried in that long-ago battle? Or had Iblis foreseen his fate and hidden it from his enemy?
Alright. The purple door that way I can't take. Oh, masterful. Skill tiers. 2 truths revealed. Oh, so if I get to 3 truths revealed, I unlock the final tier. Man, I'm good at finding the truth. As if there's 24 endings and 2 of them I've already found the truth about something. I'm wondering if I'm just really
I should sell
good.
this stuff, thought Renato. I could retire.
Or I'm just missing. I don't have the sword. Alright. Damn it! Every single time. Do it really well. temple's a jerk.
The Ravens at least could not get past this point. Obviously, the temple builders knew how to deal with tomb raiders.
He wasn't that good. Yet.
Well. As full as I get for now. Visuals are actually mighty nice. It's this weird
What
cross
was
between
really fun.
PS2
Putting
game.
yourself onto a moving ship.
Yeah, let's just not get incinerated today. The simplicity of a PS2 game, it's got a little bit of polish to it, so it's nice.
It was a stone of the purest blackness. It reflected no light, like a void made solid. Nervous,
Here come the
he
voices.
picked it up. Who said that? It was the stone. Eager. Thirsty. That seemed tempting and terribly wrong. Zenobia was the Emperor's greatest general and a potent witch. But they had been close once, and Renato wasn't sure he really wanted to be Emperor. Why not capture the core of Sky Ripper instead? It was the eye of a lost god torn out by the transcendent Emperor to power his greatest weapon. Not the core, said the stone anxiously.
Not gonna
The
trust the
stone
dark
bothered
evil
him.
zone.
He hated being told what to do. Wasn't that why he joined the rebellion? Wasn't that why he'd refused to be a soldier? He'd agreed to come on board only if he could freelance.
The stone felt a bit clingy. The sage Calaveras had told him where to find the Sky Ripper, a weapon capable of challenging the gods. Even without its armature, the core would still possess great power.
He would go there.
So now I'm just gonna collect a bunch of powerful stones. This could totally gonna end well.
The moment he landed the Farfarer,
Like that's
Renato had a rare feeling of regret. It's not too late, he thought. He could turn around and sail for Zenobia's island. He frowned. Wait a minute. He didn't want to kill Zenobia, did he? Sure, technically she was the enemy, but they'd been at Sword Food School together. They'd never been lovers, but somehow they'd been closer. She'd told him every secret about herself. Except the biggest one. That she was the Emperor's daughter. No. Kill Zenobia, whispered the stone.
No, but the director of the academy has told me how I should impress my no, she didn't tell you those, it'll tell sincere and proud. Broad observation, so does genius, you know, crystalline formations, hence why their hands are weird. Mr. Competitors is not random. Maybe the aliens are a hive mind, and the nexus is the brain. Ha 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 ha. Yada yada yada. That's a lot.
Oops. Thought Renato?
Yep, that counted me as getting hit. Dang it, those stupid explodey things. Ooh. All right. Attack speed up. That's a nice one to have.
Right,
To suck
who wants
these
to die
suckers.
first?
Dang it! I was so close. But one hit is perfect. Story of my life. Looking for protection. Takes a hit. I'm only human. I'm prone to mistakes. Alright.
There was something sour in the air. Like the earth had ruptured over something that had been fermenting for a very long time.
He felt like Tarzan.
Ow. Stupid eyeballs. No.
The stone hadn't lied about what it could do for him. With each raven he cut down, he felt a jolt of power flowing into his arm. "You're weak," whispered the stone. "The core will kill you." "Are you afraid of it?" Don't be ridiculous. It chuckled. But it's unstable. It will poison you if so much as carry it. And if you try to use it, it will explode catastrophically. Bernardo did not trust rocks that talked in his head. He went onwards.
Boom. Seems legit. Okay, so this turns that on. This turns that off. There you go.
Ow, 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 ow.
Ah, you're not so bad. Must be faster next time, I suppose. Alright. More ravens. Die! Jerks. Yeesh. Oh, hey.
As he approached the core, the stone became hysterical.
I've already done that.
He had a sudden vision of plunging his gauntlet into the core and dying in anguish. That wasn't his vision, was it? The stone had sent him its darkest fears, hadn't it? He had a sudden impulse to do exactly that. He raised his right fist and plunged it into the core. There was a rush of light. He thought he could hear the stone screaming. And then he passed out.
When Renato came to, the core was gone. But the Iblis stone was no longer black. but glowing with a blue light. And it was silent. "I can't hear you," he sang out, and "You?" It didn't answer. "Ha!" he said. He had defeated the demonic gem with the power of his mind. He felt invincible. It was time to attack the Imperial outpost on the Nexus. Take the battle to the enemy. But among the huge crystals, there was also an observatory. A wise man would probably ask the scientists exactly what he had first. How wise was he?
I'm tired of going to the observatory.
As the Farfarer sailed towards the Nexus, Bernardo wondered if the core had been created to silence the stone, or even to feed its hunger. Honestly, he didn't care. He felt terrific, and he appreciated the quiet inside his head.
Yeah. Who cares about needless backstory? Plot and stuff.
The Nexus was infested with ravens, but that didn't bother Renato. With each death, the converted Iblis stone in his gauntlet glowed brighter, and he felt stronger.
Wow. He was getting a bit bloodthirsty, wasn't he? Well, he wasn't worried. He was a warrior. They're supposed to be bloodthirsty. Well, they really needed to redecorate anyway.
Alright. So, we think it's gonna start going mad with power. It's just a small hunch I got from the text.
Ooh, Renato loved to improve his gear.
I do love improving my gear. I love finally getting health back. Huh. Yeah.
Imagine getting a horse up in one of these things. He would be cursing a blue streak.
Oh yeah. Dang it. Nuts.
Renato remembered when he'd first stolen one of these. Good times.
Good times. Ah, another big old text. School, we learn the gospel of the Transcendent Emperor, the last divinity to pierce the skies. He would banish the evil old gods and grant us the gift of time. But one man, divine as he may be, creates things intricate as time. I have my own theory. I believe that time is a symptom rather than a gift. I am convinced that on a cosmic scale, there's a pendulum motion between order and chaos. The Transcendent Emperor had ended chaos and started to aid the age we live in, an age of cause and effect, of fact and logic. Time is merely the tapestry in which these laws manifest themselves. It is the foundation of order's content. Entropy. Whoosh. This is deep stuff. But in the age of dark chaos, when the old gods reign, perception carries more weight than facts. Emotions can shape words, and time ceases to exist. The age of order is ending. I am merely helping the inevitable. Entropy has been broken. Fate has been breached. The end of time is coming, and I shall embrace it. Emperor isn't granted the third secret journal. Secret journal. Alright. That won't stop me from getting bloodthirsty and killing all them ravens. Huh? Back here. Okay. Let's go back to the entrance. Yeah, stuff. Perfect. Okay. If I remember this section correctly, you just come up here. There.
Once you try it, you're hooked.
Clever pun there. Insert sword A into rod B. Fantastic. And kill the ravens. Ah, dang it. Never gonna get perfect combos. So much lost experience. Yeah. Still gotta level up. Alright. Cool. Doesn't really need it anyway. Yes. Love treasure. I still need that purple sword. It's so damn expensive. Oh boy.
The core, absorbed in the stone, was doing its job perfectly. Renardo could feel a little eldritch jolt every time he downed a raven, but then it flowed into the glowing stone the way water flows down a riverbed. It all felt perfectly natural, as if all his life, this was what he had been meant to do.
Oh no.
Hey, a workbench. He could try out his new bling.
Yes. So, element resistance. Attack speed. Perfect. And yes, finally, the Void Blade. Ooh, pretty. Increase movement and attack speed. Okay. So it's my speed sword. Got my heal sword, my fire sword, my ice sword, and my speed sword. Sweet. Man. Oh yeah. That's how it's done.
Renato tore through the last remaining guards at the outpost like hot coffee through snow. There was a far speaker toad here. He called the council speaker. He knew she would be thrilled. And she was. She wanted him to come back to base. They had plans to discuss and a medal to give him. A large golden medal.
Golden medal.
Great, said Renato. Let's talk about who else I can kill. Then the far speaker croaked again.
Hello, Renato.
He said,
If you get sick of slaughtering second-rate birds in the Nexus, I'm waiting for you in the mountains.
Zenobia, the witch, taunting him. With the stone, he'd finally be her match.
I feel like I'm gonna go to the Rebel place and I'm gonna kill everybody. These stories. What inevitable truth is there about her and about this? The dark does this, light did that. And something about her.
Zenobia was taunting him. No doubt she hoped to lure him into a trap. Well, he was nobody's sucker. Especially not hers. He carried victory in his gauntlet. He would go where the council pointed him.
Yeah. Like a puppet on a string. A pawn in a game of chess.
As he set
Inevitable
foot on the
agency
island,
robbed.
Renato felt energized, like when he was hunting or dancing. Then he smelt it. The stench of ravens. It was a good thing he was here too, before they tripped over the secret base. He was really saving the council toad's bacon, so to speak.
Yeah, let's rally.
Of all the artisans he was creating employment for, truly, he was a job creator.
Oh, only one skill point. I love slowing down time. I probably won't even notice it. Alright. Sweet. Good choice to come here first. And that's it. Okay.
He missed her.
Perfect.
Not Zenobia. Hypatia, the kid's mother. Renato had never thought he'd date a librarian. He'd always figured himself for the barmaid type. But then, he'd never figured the library of Ubar would have comic books, or that Hypatia would know anything about them. He missed her.
His true love is not the cat lady, but the dead lady. That sucks. We're getting there. Okay. Alright, let's run. bitch.
Renato had an artifact that made him practically a godlike warrior. All he had to do now was collect his medal, head for the Imperial fleet, and raise some hell.
Raise a little hell, raise a little hell, raise a little hell. I feel like that's exactly what I'm gonna do. But, like, not in a good way.
If
What the-
I craft a sword now, it's going to be really short.
Oh, yeah. Okay, wait. Where am I supposed to be going? Down here, I guess? It's funny because I know I've been through this passage before. It just feels a little different every time.
See? Renato was a hero of the revolution. He deserved a medal. Soon, he deserved every medal they had, and hopefully one big medal ceremony in front of everybody with trumpets so everyone could know what he'd accomplished.
Yeah. Glory. Ha!
Renato wondered if his future self had commissioned these poles.
Punish, terrorize, humiliate. The masses have been raising their fists, led by a handful of nobles with two ambitions. Is it envy the power they seek to themselves? Just criminals to stay away from us. There's no punishment of death. Make them or is it fear that sacrifices them in survival? So the true meaning of fear, strike them into them, make them suffer. Is it pride that the meaning of those sacrifices may never escape their comprehension? They want inclusion, say decisions. This arrogance cannot be allowed. Take those who surrender to the salt mine. Their lungs filled with corrosive dust. Let them betray one another for scraps of food. Let their children watch as they fall to savagery. End the rebellion without mercy. Punish, terrorize, humiliate. Oof. That's a war manifesto if I ever saw one. Okay. Read a bunch of stuff. Killed a bunch of birds. It's time to end this story. Yeah, there's like... How do I level them up? Ooh. Speaking of leveling up. Anyone? Anyone? No? No? We need 100 ore, you say? I only have 37.
Good to practice your moves, thought Renato. Keeps you limber.
Because I've become so powerful. These creatures stand no chance before me. Where am I going right now? Oh yeah, this is the only way. Hup. Sliced.
Anyone ever tell you have a lovely eye? No?
Like, totally don't need to kill these things. But I'm gonna do it anyway. I hate them so much. Oh yeah, I remember this room. Aha!
Long stairs. So he was close to the rebel base. He was on fire. So far, so good.
Ah! Haha! Boom!
Renato danced around the room yelling, "Oh yeah, that's how we do it." It was something he liked to do, but only after he'd killed all the witnesses.
What's this way?
Sometimes,
Such
Renato
a
really
shame.
hated inanimate objects.
Oh yeah. Ooh, elemental resistance level 2. So useless. That's why the level 2 one I get first is useless. I never use elemental resistance. My attack speed. I didn't even notice their elements. Ta-da! Secret tunnel. To the secret
Inside
base.
the rebel base, Renato was invited to the council speaker's private chambers.
So, this is the Iblis Stone?
He said,
I can feel its power.
Renato told her how he had fed the core to the stone and made something even more useful than either.
Crazy like a fox.
She croaked. And Renato chuckled as if he'd never heard the joke before.
We've given you the best quarters and a bottle of Tantalonian firewater. All for you.
So they'd remembered. He woke in the morning with the sweetest of hangovers. But the Iblis stone was gone from his gauntlet. The corridors were empty, except for a few rebels who looked just as hungover as him. "Come on, you'll miss the battle," they yelled. Renato added sail as the Farfarer scudded across the sky. Who could have taken the Iblis stone? Was it some Imperial spy? He would find him and kill him and take the stone back.
Uh-oh. That stone's gone.
Renato had a bad taste in his mouth. He was killing ravens, but it wasn't fun. It felt like a chore. Renato hated chores. As a fox kid, he'd gone hungry rather than clean his room. He still didn't clean his room, he just moved house every few years. Who had the Iblis stone anyway? Up ahead, he could hear screaming and croaking and cawing.
Oh.
But who was winning?
Get the Iblis gem back. You don't have to tell me twice. You took away my blue glow. Alright. Teleport. Nope. Not good enough to need the altar.
Hoped his hook didn't break.
Okay.
he ever had. But about what?
Now, we can use the altar. I completely control time. Mwahaha.
If they didn't want their things broken, they really ought to make them stronger.
Mm-hmm. They really ought to. Oh, wait, damn it. No. I totally could have done that path this time. Yeah. Now we're talking.
Renato felt a little bad stealing crafting materials from chests. He preferred to rob them from people at sword point.
You know? I got hit. Those jerks. Man. I was doing so well. Ah. I got that good times that.
As he ran forward, Renato noticed that some ravens were starting to ignore him. Just running away. Who are they running from? Some hero of the revolution? If some other so-called hero of the revolution had the stone and tried to take his victory and his medals, Renato was gonna be seriously pissed off. He was the hero, not some other bozo.
Yeah. Jesus, I'm the hero. Man, this guy thinks the way I think. Kaboom!
There were stickers all over the platform for really hot lady foxes, with pictures and addresses and everything.
Alright. And here we are. all it is moving from room to room, killing ravens, picking up shit. But it's the story. The story that keeps me captured, raptured, capsulated, capturated, captivated, snated, sedated.
Finally,
Fine.
Renato came to the Emperor's ship. Zenobia lay dead in front of it. The ship was a wreck. Ravens lay dead, sprawled everywhere. Bloody feathers spattered across the deck and the dock. The council speaker came out. She was waving a sword around like a flag. "Look at me, Renato!" She croaked. The Iblis stone on the sword was black as coal. "Now I will be Empress, and all shall tremble before me," she croaked. So the stone had her. It was in her brain, whining for blood. "I'm afraid I can't allow that," said Renato, and moved to fight her. Toads are not usually good with swords. Something about the footwork. And the council speaker was not even a warrior. She was always tripping over things, which was quite an impressive achievement when you're a toad. Yet somehow, she was pressing Renato backwards as he desperately tried to keep her sword away from his throat. "Look, why don't you keep the stone?" he asked. "You deserve it." "Blood and souls for Iblis." "Blood and souls." She got under his guard with her sword. Wow. It was just the tip. But sometimes just the tip is enough. He could feel his soul being sucked into the stone. As he died, he felt embarrassed more than anything else. And just like that, he was alive again. And back on the Farfarer, still fleeing burning Ubar. The book was still open before him. So,
Hero
the
deserves
book
his medal.
was a portal.
I'll let anyone steal it.
It took you to the future, when your destinies would branch. He had failed and died 3 times, but he learned another true thing. The Iblis stone was evil. It would try to corrupt anyone who used it.
Yep. Now the last truth I have to unlock is the one about the cat. I know the truth about Lapino, the Iblis stone, and the Sky Ripper. I'm pretty sure this one is she is going to kill you. Because she pulled the trap, but then Lupino was the traitor all along. So I'm going to rescue Lupino, follow her closely, and then get into her trap, and then die, so that I can unlock whatever this is. Look how many stories I've missed. Well, that's 3 right now. The Endless Moment, Sky Rover's Guide to the Galaxy, and our latest, story number 17, Fistful of Ducats.
But he was starting to feel like he was getting the hang of this. There was a way through to victory. He could feel it. He just had to keep running the path of destinies. With that, the book fluttered back to the beginning, and he fell into it. The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Renato knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong, but he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it, to take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course, Renato had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion. But could Renato really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
Unfortunately, I cannot.
Ah, Lapino.
Lapino.
Apparently, the Mad Rabbit had sold a Pegasus that he did not exactly own. Lapino always wiggled out of trouble, given time. But he was out of time. Lapino's frantic message
said that the Ravens were going to kill him for being a rebel spy. And that he had a clever plan.
If the fleet reached him first, they'd string him up for that. Never mind the winged horse.
Or so Lapino had told him over the far speaker anyway.
Now I get to dive a little bit into the paths. See
Lapino
if I
had
can change
apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen
Anyway.
the winged horse. He'd only sold it.
I'll be doing that
Wait,
next time.
where was the prison?
Thanks for watching.